Policy costing exercises. For practical use of policy costing tutorial, we provide you with two costing exercises, which are not real cases, but examples to better understand the process. The exercises are defined, intended for use by parliamentary budget offices. Please have in mind, when estimating costs, make sure all assumptions are set out clearly, and please note any factors that have not been considered that could affect the costing. Exercise 1. Grant for newborn. Introduction of new policy to provide a one-off grant to parents for each newborn baby in Serbia. What are the cost estimations if the one-time grant is €100 per newborn? As annual cost? For a 5-year period. Please consider the additional following information. This policy is aiming to ensure that parents are supported with initial baby cost. Number of live births in Serbia in 2014 has been 66,461. You can use resources as Eurostat, United Nations World Population Prospects. Exercise 2. Free materials for primary school students. The exercise is on introduction of new policy to provide free books and materials for primary school students in Macedonia. The question is, what is the annual cost for the policy proposal? Please consider the following additional information. Proposed policy is to support the existing policy for obligatory primary education. Primary schools are for children aged 5 to 13. Lectures in primary schools are conducted in 4 languages: Macedonian, Albanian, Turkish and Serbian. Average total material value for 1 year is €110 per student. Number of primary school students in 2014 has been 108,254 students. Please take the following sources of information into account when preparing the costing exercises. Eurostat, websites of public statistical offices in Serbia and Macedonia, databases of OECD, World Bank and the UN, ministries and relevant public institutions. Welcome to the Policy Costing Exercise Answers video. Exercise 1. Grant for newborn. The answers for estimated cost of the proposed policy. Annual cost calculated as number of newborns multiplied €100 equals €6.6 million. Simple 5-year cost estimation equals €33.2 million. Beside the simplified answer to the exercise, there are other significant questions influencing costing. Will this policy affect behavior in any way? Is the grant per household or per baby? What in the case of multiple births, as twins, triplets? Are these net or gross costs? Are there other benefits involved and should be considered? What is the variation of births from year to year? What are the trends, forecasts or average births? Have we considered migration as factor? What if we use average births in the last 5 years, in the period 2010-2014, which is 66,635? First year cost, calculated as number of newborns, multiplied €100 equals €6.66 million. Simple 5-year cost estimation equals €33.3 million. The 5-year difference is only €0.1 million. What if we use United Nations population forecast scenarios for the next 5 years? Are there any differences? Down below, we provide you with the table of different scenarios. Cost estimations in different forecasts shown in the last column vary significantly. 34% higher cost in the medium scenario than the average scenario. If you take that no migration is present, then the cost is more than double of the initial cost estimation. Exercise 2. Free materials for primary school students. Answer to the estimation cost of the policy. Number of student multiplied by cost of material equals total annual cost of 11.9 million euros. These estimations are very approximate. They are provided with the available data. There are significant other questions that influence in costing estimations. What is the variation of number of students from year to year? Trends, forecasts or average number of students in primary education? Number of students in different languages per study year? Are these materials used next year by new students? How long could these materials be used? Example, books used by students several years. When are these renewed and to what proportion and cost? How often teaching material changes? Are there variations in prices in different years for the materials? In comparison to number of students per year? Will all students use free materials or some will choose to buy their own? Thank you for your attention and using the practical exercises for policy costing. The main thing to consider is that there is no right answer in cost estimations. The idea of policy costing exercises is to make better cost estimations choices. Thank you for your attention.